Hey, and welcome back to the podcast. I'm so glad that you are here today because I have something really, really exciting to announce for today. If you're on my glow up list, then you already know. And if you're not, you definitely want to be on the glow up list. You can go to martinewilliams.com, get on the glow up list. Every Monday, I land in your inbox with some encouragement, with some breakthrough tips to help with your mompreneur journey. So I'm excited to announce that the August Illuminate You, the collective, is officially open. And today I want to tell you everything, what it is, what happens inside, what the women who came to my very first collective in April said about their experience, and how you can get your seat before they're gone, because this is a very small, intimate experience that I'm creating. So grab your coffee, your water, whatever you got, and let's go. Welcome to the Life Coaching for Mompreneurs podcast, where you will learn simple solutions to win at work without losing at home. Hi, my name is Martine Williams, and I'm your host and CEO, your Chief Encouragement Officer. And this podcast is your one-stop shop to creating a burnout-proof life and business by elevating your clarity, confidence, and courage. Friends, it's time to say goodbye to being the yes girl, to procrastinating on your goals and living in overwhelm. And it's time to say hello to creating healthy boundaries, healthy mindsets, and healthy habits so that you can achieve work-life harmony. Your next breakthrough starts here. This is the Life Coaching for Mompreneurs podcast. Let's do this. So I want to start by telling you why I created this experience, because I think that it matters. After almost 2 decades, well, really 2 decades in September, of being an entrepreneur and coaching high achieving women, I have experienced and have seen the same pattern over and over and over again. Women who are doing everything. They're raising families, they're building businesses, they're showing up for everyone who needs them, they're checking all the boxes, and something still feels like it's off. They're not failing, they're not in crisis, they're just kind of carrying more than they should have to. And most importantly, carrying it mentally. They're running on empty because they have all these open loops and decisions that need to be made, or they feel like they're not quite going to get ahead no matter how hard they try. And what I notice is that almost every single one of them is trying to build their life and their businesses around systems and strategies and routines that were not built for how they actually work. Ask me how I know. In my early years in entrepreneurship, this was me. I was looking at every other mom and entrepreneur and business owner and trying to just copy what she was doing because she had success. So of course, and there are some pros to that for sure. But when I realized that I needed to own who I was and what my strengths were and what my gifts and talents were, and how do I bring those to light to grow my business, to be the mom, to be the entrepreneur, to be the wife that I was created to be. Like the pressure shifted. The feeling like I was never going to measure up, I was never going to be able to do it their way, just left. And so there are those of you out there who are trying to be someone else's version of productive, someone else's version of success, someone else's version of what a high achieving woman looks like. And it's costing you everything. It was costing me everything in that season. You've heard me talk about my burnout story. And as much as yes, burnout is a real thing. And I also think that you're probably not in burnout. You're just misaligned. And you've heard me talk about alignment here a lot on the podcast. So I created the collective because I wanted to give women access to the work that I do with my private clients. I believe every single one of you listening, male or female, but I work with women most often. I believe every single one of you deserves to understand yourself at the level that can actually impact how you operate, how you think, how you lead. And I also believe that being in a room in person with women who understand your season, who understand the ambition and also understand the pressure, who understand the desire and the drive that you have, and also understand the guilt that sometimes comes along with that. Like being in a room and in person with other women who are navigating the exact same things is so incredibly important. And I believe it's what you're all desiring and wanting. You want to be in a room that women get it. And so it's a room that I want to be in. It's a room that I have needed over the years. And honestly, right now in my business, it's what I truly desire. I want to be connected in rooms with women so that I can do what I do best and coach and inspire and teach and help you create sustainable success. And what I have learned is that when you understand how you're naturally wired, how you actually are wired, how you naturally think, how you naturally work, how you naturally lead, everything changes. That's what helps you protect the asset. You are the asset. And it's not an overnight experience, but steadily and in a direction that finally feels like yours, like you're building your life around who you are, who you want to be, and how you want to show up in the world, not how everyone else is telling you you should be. So this is part of what the collective is built around, is this desire to get a personality blueprint experience in the hands of every single woman, especially a woman who is an entrepreneur and who is in the juggle struggle of work life and professional life. It's real and we experience it. I was just having a conversation with a woman over the weekend who has built two very successful businesses, and she's at a height in her businesses, but she's also navigating twins, 2-year old twins. And like the look on her face of like having to choose and the thoughts that she was having around like, I know I'm supposed to be here taking care of my family, but I feel like I'm not showing up well as a leader for my two companies. And then when she's focused on her companies, she feels like she's, sacrificing at home. And so my coaching and my mission and the collective specifically is around helping you to understand that you don't have to choose between the two. They can coexist together. And actually, if you have a business, and you have a family, there's no way for them not to coexist because what's happening at home is impacting what's going on at work. What's going on at work is impacting what's going on at home. You cannot separate the two long term, right? You might be able to do it for a season, but long term. And why do that? Why create an environment where they're at war with each other? Right? When you're with your family, you're resenting that you're not working. And when you're working, you're resenting that you're not with your family. Like that's not fun. And that is not entrepreneurship that's sustained. That's not success that's sustainable. That's stressed success. And so what happened in April? So this was the first time I had this idea, actually saw this idea, saw someone else kind of doing a similar version of this. And I was like, this is it. Like I have hosted retreats over the years. I know how to get women together. I know what happens when women get in a room together. And while I'm not fully committed to having full retreats, although I'm starting to think more about those. So if you love retreats and you love retreat experiences, I do host a retreat for all of my private one-on-one clients. So I'm really excited about doing that again in the spring. But there's some ideas up there. So just stay tuned about becoming someone who hosts full-on retreats. But this is a mini version. It's kind of a hybrid experience where it's not just networking, it's not just coming and workshopping. It's kind of a hybrid experience. So I want to tell you about what happened when we did this for the first time in April, because I think it will give you kind of a clear picture of what's waiting for you in August. So women showed up. They came to Murrells Inlet, South Carolina on a Thursday evening in April. Most of them did not know each other. Most of them had never met, and they walked into a private dinner, not really knowing what to expect. Like it was really funny to hear like the women, and it was really kind of a humbling part, humbling and honoring time to hear them say like, I didn't even really know what to expect, but I just knew that if you were hosting it, it was going to be good. I knew that I needed to be in that room, and that really the amount of trust that these women held for me to create an experience was really really powerful for me. But this was a new experience. And so they didn't know exactly what to expect, other than they knew we were going to a dinner and they knew we were doing a workshop. But I will tell you, like, by the time the dessert arrived on that Thursday evening, you would have never known that these women had just met a few hours before. Like, something happens in a room like that. when you're surrounded by women who understand, again, the pressure, they understand the ambition and the weight that you carry without you needing to really explain it. Like you can just see it on the faces and the walls come down super fast. Someone said something honest and the whole table exhaled because every woman there had been thinking the same thing and didn't realize, like, I'm not the only one. How many of you think I'm the only one that's feeling this way? I'm the only one that's dealing with this struggle. I'm the only one that has this unique problem, right? I'm telling you, it's not unique. We've all experienced it at different seasons, and thankfully, we all don't experience the same problems at the same time. But there was also laughter. And we need those moments where we can just like lay down the stressors and just laugh. There were real moments. There were particular moments of relief that finally like shows up when you know you're in a room where you don't have to perform and you don't have to have it all together and you can kind of take that mask off for the evening. And that was just Thursday evening. Like I was blown away. Like I knew that I wanted to have time for these women to connect before we walked into the workshop, but it blew my mind. Complete strangers who just instantly connected because they have the common values. They also have common businesses that they're trying to build, not even the same industries, but like the same drive, ambition, and pressure. Like that was like every woman in that room understood that. And that's the room that I'm building in August as well. And then Friday morning arrived and the walls were already down, the connections were already there. And so together we were able to go into this personality blueprint experience, feeling super safe, super seen, and supported already before we even started. So every single woman at the table received her own full ProScan personality blueprint. And the night before, I want to tell you the night before because I don't want to give you all the details because I want some of it to be left up to surprise when you show up in the room because I know you're going to be there. I can't wait for you to be there. But the next morning, as we dived into each woman's personality blueprint as a group, and they started, kind of reading what this was saying about them. And I just remember some of them like stopping halfway down the first page and looking up and just being like, this is exactly me. And this is the same experience I get when I'm walking my clients through it one-on-one. Like they're all just blown away at how accurate this personality blueprint is and affirming for them. And like permission is granted to be that because that's who they are, right? They stop apologizing for who they are. And they're also like, how did I not ever know this about myself? Like, instead of explaining away something, now I can own that this is who I am. And watching that kind of settle in for these women in the room, not in like a dramatic breakthrough, but just kind of this quiet recognition that kind of came over in the room like, this is who I am, and it's actually okay. I don't have to be someone else. I don't need to try to put on a mask. I don't need to try to be like her, the woman next to me. Like I can stand and own who I am. And because of that, now I'm in alignment with my power to go out and do what I'm called to do in my marriage, in my parenting, in my business. So these women left Friday afternoon with their workbooks. So each one of you gets a ProScan personality blueprint. You get a workbook that you will use even after Illuminate You Collective is over. She leaves with her energy management plan. So we're going to personalize based on your personality, creating an energy management plan, and then making commitments in front of all of these women. It's amazing. So here's what some of those women said that came to the April event. One woman said that the ProScan is impressively accurate, provides you with great insight. Coupled with Martine's expertise and talented coaching, I walked away with clarity on how to better manage my time and energy. Y'all know energy management is a new time management. And the small group setting with other women was just the icing on the cake. That was what woman said. One woman said. Another one said that the experience felt empowering and practical. I left with clear communication, a newfound sense of confidence, and concrete ways to balance my personal life and my business goals. And one of my favorites was just simply stated like complete self-awareness. Everyone needs to do this at least once. And I believe that, which is why I'm not reserving this work anymore just for my private one-on-one clients. Yes, I do that with them, and it definitely is a more personalized, customized experience. But every single one of you deserves to have this kind of self-awareness because it's what changed the game for me, continues to change the game for me, continues to help me to show up powerfully as who I am, and also how to manage my energy when I need to operate outside of my natural strengths because there are opportunities and times where that is going to be a must. It's not it like there are going to be times where that is required to achieve your goals. So the beautiful thing of having the self-awareness allows you to manage your expectations, allows you to predict behavior. Like I know how I'm going to react to certain things based on what my traits of my personality are, how I communicate. Like there's just all of this knowledge that is so important in awareness. And that's what April looked like. And August is going to be even more powerful because the women are going to continue to come in this room and we're going to continue to do this work. And, having that being my first time, like I'm refining every time I do it. And everything that I learned from that first round is going to make the second one even better. And I want you in this room. So let me walk you through exactly what the 2 days look like so you know what you're saying yes to. So Thursday evening, again, we begin with a curated connection dinner. This is not just networking. This is not just small talk. This is a private dinner with 20 women who understand your life. At your seat, you're going to find a name card. On the back is going to be a surprise. We're going to talk about that. I'm not going to give all that away because I want this to be a surprise, but I just can't explain to you enough the conversations that happen at that table and how different they are from any conversations you've had probably at a bigger event. More honest, maybe than you expected, more real than you're used to, because something about that room makes it safe to actually say what you've been thinking. And it comes, we've all been to big events, and I'm not knocking big events because I one day would love to hold my own big, large event. But there is just something different. And Success Magazine, 2 weeks ago, even wrote an article about how people are shifting to these smaller experiences because they have a desire to truly connect. They have a desire to be seen, to be strengthened, and to have like that proximity also closely to the coach or the person that's facilitating. So not only do you get close proximity with women who are in the season or a similar season as you also have close proximity to a coach who has been coaching for 2 decades, who's been an entrepreneur for 2 decades, who understands the different seasons and the different struggles that you're facing right now. Doesn't mean I have all the answers, but what I do have are coaching tools to help you move forward, to help you to get unstuck, to help you see a different perspective, to help you to lead yourself first. So then Friday morning arrives, and that's where we kind of dive into the work. So the dinner is considered the connection part. The workshop is considered the clarity part. Every one of you is going to receive, again, the personality blueprint, which is utilizing the Pro Scan. So if you're just new to the podcast or you've not heard me talk about this, the Pro Scan is a behavioral science assessment that reveals how you naturally are wired and perform. It's not a label. It's not a paragraph. It's a 23-page detailed report of how you naturally think, work, and lead, how you make your decisions, how you manage your energy, what your natural communication and leadership style looks like, and where stress is causing you to show up and perform, where it's impacting your performance. So it becomes very, very clear and apparent when someone does a Pro Scan where the energy drain is coming from. And I can't tell you like the freedom and the relief I see on someone's face when they can just name where it's coming from and specifically be able to pinpoint environments and situations and seasons that they're currently in that are causing this. It's kind of like when you're not feeling good, but you've been to like 3 or 4 doctors and they haven't been able to give you a full diagnosis. When you finally have a name for it, there's a certain relief that happens when you do that. So we walk through your results together. So I'm not someone who's just going to hand you the report and say, good luck. Many of you have probably taken some type of personality assessment online before, and you've gotten your result and then you've done nothing with it. That's not what this day is about. We apply them to your actual life. You get to ask questions about it. You get to have expert coaching around it. You get to have other people in the room that have similar traits, and you get to talk about that. Like, how is that helping you? How is that showing up in your life? How is that helping you grow your business? How is that maybe an opportunity for you to shift your strength or step into a different personality trait to create the life that you want? Like, it's just fascinating when you get together with someone who has a similar trait and a completely different trait. And this room allows you to do that. Quick pause. If you've been listening and you're ready to stop performing your life and start leading it, if you know you're ready to feel better now, not later, and you're ready for support that actually creates sustainable transformation, I have private one-on-one coaching spots open. And inside this coaching, in Illuminate You coaching, we don't guess. We use your unique personality blueprint built from the science-backed personality performance tool called the ProScan, the one you've heard me talk about here in the podcast. This is used so that every decision, every boundary, every shift is designed specifically around your wiring, not someone else's. This is my aligned success method. It's not hacks. It's not try harder. It's not mindset glitter. It's a real solution. It's rooted in science, strategy, and your unique design. So you can lead your life as the woman you actually are, not the woman others expect you to be. Now is the time. Take the step. Book your clarity call at martinewilliams.com/clarity. All right, back to the episode. Then we move into a life audit. So this is one of my, every part is my favorite, but this is one that really kind of gets people's attention too. So you take an honest look at the 10 key areas of your life and rate where you actually are in them. And instead of trying to fix everything at once, which is what we do as ambitious women, we're going to identify like what's the one thing, if you just focus on that one thing that deserves your energy and your focus right now, that could really have a domino effect on some of the others. And most women say this is the most clarifying minutes that they have spent in years, is just really getting a good picture of the area of your life that deserves the energy. No matter what you value or deem important, it's what's the key priority right now. And that comes out of that process, so that you're not trying to fix everything at once and then you get overwhelmed and you shut down. Like, we're going to identify the one area that we want to really focus on. And then from there, so between your life audit and your ProScan, your personality trait insights, we build your energy management plan from there. This is not a generic productivity system. This is a personalized plan built around your ProScan results, your life audit, and how you specifically function at your best. And this is different for all of us. So what you might need to protect your energy might be different than what I need. What you need to stop doing might be different than what I need to stop doing. What boundaries your personality actually requires to show up well is going to probably be different from mine and the woman next to you. So knowing this information helps you to create your energy management plan. And I don't know about you, but capacity and energy is something that is required if you're in life in general, but especially as a mom and an entrepreneur or a working professional. So of course, you're not going to get through the day without some type of mindset coaching and belief work, because that is your behaviors are born in your beliefs and in your mindset. So I'm going to teach you my Triple C Belief Breakthrough Method. This is the mindset piece, and you will learn this simple 3-step process so that you can, I say, your brain's like a toddler. This process is going to teach you how to redirect it like you would redirect your toddlers. If you had kids and you've had toddlers, you know you have to redirect them all the time. So this process is going to help you to see how to manage your brain, manage your thoughts, instead of it running you and managing you. So you will use this in this room, and you will use it for the rest of your life if you choose to. And then we close with a commitment circle, because if you've been around here long enough, you know I'm not here just to inspire you. I'm not here just to encourage you. I'm here to activate you. And I don't want you to come to another event, because we've all been to those events where we are all hyped up and we feel really good, and we go home and we do nothing. Or we start out excited and then we don't implement. So inspiration without implementation is just inspiration. Inspiration with implementation is transformation. And that is my goal for everyone that walks in that room, is for her to walk out transformed. First in her mind, then in her actions. because that's how it works. So every woman is going to write out commitments to herself. If she feels led to share, she'll share them out loud in front of the group, which is super powerful because now it's out there. And there's just something about saying it out loud in a room full of witnesses that makes it stick in the way that writing it in your journal never, quite does it. It's kind of like when people go on social media and they declare they're going to lose weight, or declare they're going to start running, or they declare that they're going to stop smoking or stop drinking. Like there's a level of accountability when it's not just in your mind, in your journal, but it's out there. But because the room was already created with connection and safety, you're excited to share that, and you're excited to hear what your other peers in the room are committing to. And then you're going to want to stay connected. And so like every single one of these women like traded phone numbers and want to get together, and they're wanting to do like a book club, and they're wanting to like, there's all these connections don't just live in this moment. They live past it. So then you drive home Friday afternoon and something feels different. Not because your life changed overnight, but because you finally understand yourself well enough to change it, to finally create the pace, to create the vision, to create the desire, the connection, to create the life and the business in a sustainable way where you don't feel like you're sacrificing one dream for another. And then 3 weeks later, we come back together for a virtual follow-up session because life, real life will happen. It'll try to pull you back into old patterns. And I want to make sure that that doesn't happen. So who's this for? And before I dive into that, one of the things that I'm adding to this experience this time in August is the first 10 ladies who register and save their seat are going to get two 30-minute private coaching sessions with me. One will be before the collective to kind of prepare for the room, and the other one will be afterwards. So that's just for the first 10. So if you're thinking about this, go now and register and save your seat so that you can scoop up, because once those 10 spots are gone, they're gone. But I want to be really clear about who the August Collective is for, because I want the right woman in the room for you. I want you to feel like when you walk in the room, again, it is the room where women get it. So this is for the professional, the entrepreneur, the mompreneur who wants the thriving business. Maybe you already have the thriving business, as I was sharing about the lady earlier, and you want the full life. You want to be present in your life too. And you're ready to build it in a way that actually feels sustainable, that actually feels like it's contributing to your life, not consuming your life. So this is for the woman who has been doing all the things, tried all the things, and you still feel exhausted. You've done the routines, you've tried the strategies, the boundaries, and you still just feel like something has got to give. Like, I can't keep going in this way. This is for the woman who knows there's another level available to her in her business and in her life, and is ready to stop guessing at what it looks like and then actually build it. She's ready to stop thinking about it and intending to do it, but she's not doing it. Like, this is the room where your intentions turn into actions and you start actually getting to work on building it. And you're building it from your power, from your strengths, from your priorities, and from your purpose. This is for the woman who has never had anyone sit with her and help her understand why she does what she does. Like, how many times you've hit the wall, you're like, I don't know why I keep doing this. Why does it keep happening this way? Why do I keep doing it this way? Someone who can sit with you and help you to see that. Someone who wants to see that. Why you function the way she functions, what's actually costing you or her energy every single day. Like, this is the woman who's coming into this room. She wants to have this information because she knows that, again, information and implementation is going to create the transformation she's looking for. And here's what I want to say loudly. You do not have to be in a crisis to be in this room. You do not have to be in burnout to be in this room. You don't have to be in, sorry if you're hearing King in the background. You do not have to like be in complete upheaval to be in this room. Some women come into this room and they're not burnout. They just are ready for more. They know there's another level, and they know that they've taken themselves, their business, as far as they can take it on their own, and they're ready for some support. They're ready for a different perspective. They're ready to be in a room full of women who can cheer them on and believe in them, and can mastermind together, if you will, for the day, for those 2 days. So you don't have to be in crisis to be in this room. you just got to be ready for more. So again, the special that I am offering is for the first 10 women to reserve their seat. You get those 2 private 30-minute sessions. So make sure you go to martinewilliams.com/the collective 2026 and reserve your spot, because those 2 sessions alone are worth over $300. And so it's a really, really great value add to be able to take what you've learned or take what your expectations are and actually talk to me about it before you walk into the room, and then also help you integrate after you leave the room. So here is everything that you need to know specifically for those of you like even more details. It's going to be held on August 27th and 28th. That's a Thursday evening and a Friday day in Murrells Inlet, South Carolina, which is a beautiful place to come. So if you're like, I don't live in Murrells Inlet, so I'm checking out of this. This is a destination place. Make it a girls' weekend. Make it a solo weekend where you come, you get a hotel room for the night, and you are getting away from life. You're getting away from your business and you're focusing on yourself. It is the best gift you can give yourself to kind of get away, get out of that environment so that you can really, really, really focus. I even think for those of you that are local that are coming, that's not a bad idea to do as well. So when you leave on Thursday evening, you go to a hotel instead of going back to home, and then you're kind of flip-flopping between roles. But either way, whichever one you decide, this experience is for you. So Thursday evening, the 27th, again, is a private dinner. We begin at 5 p.m. We're going to my favorite restaurant in the area. And then Friday the 28th is that full day personalized blueprint experience. So it's intentionally limited to 20 women. And when the room is full, registration will close, because I want to keep it this intimate space. The link to reserve your seat is in the show notes, and I said it to you earlier. If you want to want me to send you the directions, the details directly, you can DM me on Instagram. If you have questions, there's a button on the page where you can book a call, because if you have questions that I didn't answer on the page, I am happy to hop on a call and answer those questions for you. My desire is for you to be in the room. If you want to be in this room, is for you to be there. And so anything you have that would keep you from being in this room that you know you want to be in, that you know you need to be in, I'm open to talk to you about that. So I want to close with something I said to the women at the end of our April collective, and I want to say it to you now. She's always been in there. The version of you that feels clear, grounded, and fully like herself. The one who leads her business with confidence and shows up for her life fully present. She's still there. She's just been buried. And she's been waiting for the right room to come alive again. And this is that room. I know it because I've experienced it, and I've seen women now go through it. And I would love to see you in that room. So go register, go get your spot. Thank you for being with me today on the podcast. Many more episodes to come. And I appreciate your support for the podcast, support for me, support for my mission. And I cannot wait to see you in the room. You deserve this. As someone said, I had a client say on a clarity call the other day, like, it's my time. I deserve this. I'm worthy of this investment. If I could wave that flag so high and proud for every woman to understand that you are the asset. You're not the afterthought. You're not the back burner. You are the asset. You are the glue. And I don't say that to add pressure, but the things that you want and desire filter through you. And if you are empty, if you are depleted, if you're confused, if you are lacking confidence, if you can't manage your energy or don't know how to manage your energy and you're just staying stuck, those are the results that you're going to create. So the health of your marriage, your parenting, your business are only as healthy as you are. So this is an opportunity for you to protect her, protect the asset that is you. All right, friends, I'll catch you on our next episode. Well, that's a wrap, friends. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. I really hope it met you right where you are and gave you some encouragement for your day. Could you do me the biggest favor and leave me a rating and review? Seriously, it's the best way for you to support the show. And while you're there, be sure to follow the show so you never miss an episode. Thanks again. And until next time, I am believing in you always.